Why put off for tomorrow what you can do today? Turn your back on sorrow, you can do it a better way. Heaven gave you the gift of love, sent from up above, meant for you. So spread peace, joy, and love before this day is through.
Hello, I'm Carmelita Pittman, and we're here on another segment of our journey of creating the Gardens of Life Alleography Mural.
Mitchy, Mitchy Mojo, looking very, very neat. Mitchy, Mitchy Mojo, about to move.
Hello, my name is Carmelita Pittman, and I'm here today with AJ. He's going to be the next artist that's going to be adding his addition to the Gardens of Life Alleography Mural project.
The design is basically involving a picture of, the outside, like a landscape shot of the ocean and the mountains, and the two figures here that are flying a kite that flies outside of the frame. I also have some animals and parts of nature kind of flowing out of the frame. So, the whole piece is to kind of like, it's an homage to the nature and to human relationships, and what I think we should focus on now, our Mother Earth and each other. I just thought it would be a beautiful addition to what you've already created here.
Yes, and it also captures the theme of Gardens of Life. Life, as we know it, is something that is a gift. And as part of the mission of the Rose Breast Cancer Society, which is one of the sponsors of this project, we want to encourage health, good health, and the focus on the living foods that come from the gardens. And of course, food is what helps keep us alive. Anyway, this is where your section is going to be, right here.
Yeah.
And then the kite is going to be flying up. And I'd like to think of that kite as a symbol, that it's going up to the heights,
Right.
to the higher,
It's good, yeah.
higher realm.
Exactly.
And that's where we want to take ourselves to.
Right. Started a color study just to kind of start to get an idea where I'm going as far as color, what my palette's going to be. I wanted to, endorse nature. I wanted to, endorse nature. I wanted to make us remind us, how beautiful our world is and our relationship with each other.
There is a saying by the father of medicine, Hippocrates, "Let thy food be thy medicine, and thy medicine be thy food." So it's very, very important. And it just is very fitting that this is taking place on the walls of the Longwood Manor Hospital. They expressed how pleased they are with what we're doing here. And the Mid-City neighborhood also has expressed their pleasure with what's happening here. It's a beautification effort. And of course, when we look at what's beautiful and our eyes take in beauty, it makes us feel good. It elevates our spirits. And of course, that promotes our health as well. The arts can heal. Tony Narvell has referred us to AJ, and I'm looking forward to the final results, and I'm sure our neighbors are going to be happy with your addition as well. So far, the Midtown Center here, they're very happy with the project. But I am the art director, and I'm very pleased to see the progress so far. And we want to welcome you on board, AJ. Thanks for coming.
I'm honored to be here. Thank you, Carmelita. A little color study that I sort of finished up and ready to use as a guide. So I'm going to expand on this and blow this image up. So I don't know, what is that?
Okay.
I guess 10 times what I originally painted it at. So 10 times bigger. I'm not a good scale guy as far as numbers, but.
Okay. Are you going to be doing a grid?
No. The circle is pretty geometric enough for me to kind of bounce off of it from there. I can kind of wing it. You know, as long as I got that circle as a thing, you know, and I got wiggle room. You know, I'm even considering doing multiple butterflies and making smaller butterflies, maybe putting 3 or 4 in there.
Oh, cool.
So this is a loose guide, and I'm not committed that much to it being a complete replica, but this is pretty much how it's going to look.
Oh.
But now I'm not going to go grid and try to replicate. Another painting I'm working on, I'm doing that. Ugh. I'm glad to get away from that for a while and just paint, because the grid is tedious. Yeah, that's tedious. I like it. I like the outcome when I do it, but I much prefer to kind of freehand and, you know, look at and eyeball it.
It's more fun.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it gives you a chance to, you know, experiment more and to see more possibilities sometimes than when you're working with a grid, which kind of locks you in, you know. But the other piece I'm working on, I'm really trying to do a replica of this other piece of artwork. So I was trying to get every single detail exact. So the grid came in definitely handy for that project. But for this one, I'm gonna have fun. I say, you see where the horizon line is, just across there above the tree line. You'll see it. And here on the wall, I've already got a line of mortar between the brooks in almost the exact same spot.
So you have the horizon for
I've
you.
already got my horizon line already kind of worked out there. That's perfect.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I don't even have to worry about that. This is a chisel white nylon flat by Blix, size 50, by Dick Blix brand. You know, so they got some pretty good stuff at Blix. I usually grab most of their acrylics. This time I'm working with Ultrek, but they had a sale on it. But yeah, I just love this brush though. I can't wait. Yeah, this is for some of the finer works though. I got ideas, you know, to do my ocean. I have this brush. This one I purchased specifically to make some of the finer strokes. And I'll use a flat brush to do most of my work. That's like one of my favorite brushes, different size flat brushes, because I can use the edge to get a sharp edge. I can cover broad areas by using it to brush, and then I can use the point to get finer points and do that. So to me, like, the flat brushes are the most versatile, most essential brush you can have. I mean, I use a liner brush sometimes or round, but my favorite's a flat. Yeah. I think I might have to use a different color chalk. Alright, let's just practice with this one. This is tricky too. Alright. A little bit. It's pretty close to the same. Finding chalk. You don't think about it until you went shopping and you're like, where do I find chalk? It's still one of those things you can find, so like in general, you know, at the general store type of deal. Yeah, so now I'm going for my deep green blue sea. It's probably gonna need a little bit more blue there. I keep forgetting, this is my line right here. This is my horizon line. I want to bring all this color up to here. And I'll bring this darker tone up too. But yeah, getting there, we're getting there. Well, this is right now, I'm creating the ocean base color. So this is gonna be the base coat for my ocean. And I'm gonna try to create a softer blend here in a second, but I want to go from dark to light because as it recedes into the background, the light from the water diffuses and you'll see all the little ripples become like solid line of color. And then this same color will be used to create the ripples in the water as you come closer to the foreground. But it has to start with this base coat before I can even put one ripple.
as the ocean gets further away, you don't see the dark subtones, you'll see just mostly the highlights, and that will become like pure white or pure highlights near the top of the horizon. And as you get closer, then you'll see it break up into the ripples, and then underneath the ripples we'll need the darker tone to make that pop. So basically that's what I'm creating the base tone for now. And I gotta mix a lot more paint because I just ran out and I realized I needed more than I thought, because I keep forgetting this is my line right here. This is my horizon line. I want to bring all this color up to here. I'm gonna bring this darker tone up too. But yeah, getting there, we're getting there. The challenge is these little pock marks, you know, that, you know, just little deviations in the cement or the brick. So I like to go back in and kind of fill these in, because you know, I want it to be smooth. I'm so used to working on canvas and I wouldn't have to deal with that. You know,
The texture.
the texture, you know, and those tiny little craters. That's a pain in the butt when you're trying to do a smooth move and all of a sudden you see you have a relief that brings you that black. And, you know, I got to go back in and kind of touch those up. But today I'm still I'm going to do that as I work on. I think I'm going to work on the water splash, which I'm doing a splash of water here, and then the cliffside. Yeah. So while I'm doing the splash of water, I'll mix that similar color, and I can go back in and touch some areas up, and then I'll probably go in here and do this with burnt sienna and tint it, you know, and do the cliffside, sort of like the what is the cliffside made of? Like dirt. Dirt. Yeah.
Rocks and
dirt, sediment. You know, when you go up in the California hills, you see those cliff sides when you go up along the like Mulholland Drive and you know, Laurel Canyon. You see those things. It's almost like it's carved along the
erosion
or something. You know, and it almost looks like a rock. Like, it's not granite though. It's like a tannish. You know, it's like clay. Some of the areas almost look like clay. You know, like all up and down Universal and the mountains up there. So, yeah.
Okay, it's looking great.
So far, and then I might lay in some clouds today. So I try to do the three things, but before I start looking up here again, it's just stay working in this level for a while, give my neck a rest, and then maybe I might incorporate the ladder later. If I do the clouds, I might just bring the ladder out, just so I don't have to keep looking up like that, because after a while, it starts to tax on your muscles. Can you imagine? I don't know how bird watchers do it, you know, all day long like this. You gotta take breaks. I'm fleshing in this unique splash that I'm creating, a splash of water that's gonna be like hitting the edge of our window and kind of that will, you know, spill out the fish here. So I'm just like starting to start the water splash. Probably my most unique feature is this water splash. I'm not going for the naturalist looking water splash. I kind of wanted to look a little hyper realistic, almost cartoonish. But this is just the beginning, because it's going to look a lot more layered. And then I have to do the glossy water effect, which is another couple of layers of paint here. Let's see.
Oh, I see what you're using that as your.
Yeah, this is my. Remember, I have my my color study I did, so I'm using this as my reference. So, like I said, this is not all new anymore. I'm just doing a picture I've already done. So. Yeah, this is my. Remember, I have my my color study I did, so I'm using this as my reference. So, like I said, this is not all new anymore. I'm just doing a picture I've already done. So, I'll paint over this anyway. This part I shouldn't worry about, because I'm putting the rocks right here, and the rocks will come here. so I'm not gonna worry about those. I'm just trying to touch up some of these little dots here. Fill in. There was another brush I had intended to use. I forgot at home. That's just, I'm managing with this. Okay, I'm adding these. I don't know what you call them. It's effects that make water look like water. You know what I mean? Water has reflective as well as translucent qualities. It has cast shadows. It has its own type of core shadow within the crystal, and I'm just trying to emulate that, you know, basically. And it can give it more of a liquid, feeling of liquidness. Your eye kind of puts it together. It's weird because, you know, I can look at it as paint, and then I can get caught up in the illusion, you know, back and forth, you know. So that's the fun for me. I'm always getting caught up in art. The art is coming pretty good, you know. Like I said, I could stay in these waves and these ripples of the ocean all day if you let me.
A lot of detail.
I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going in trying to smooth out the edges I want to keep smooth, and I'm 5 steps ahead in my head, but yeah, I'm just enjoying the moment, you know. What can I say?
Cool.
Loving life. Well, you know, it's coming along. I blocked in some of my neck shapes I'm going with. I'm working on my cliffside today to finish that off, and then add my, you know, I lined in where I'm going to add my grass and trees, and blocked out where my rocks are going to be placed in front here. So, you know, I'm just adding the layers and just trying to look at it as much fast as I can.
Looking good.
Working on this surface, of course. That's the only thing that slows me down, because I got to keep going in, filling in those little pock marks and those tiny holes and craters that nobody can see from a distance, but that make the world of difference. You can see as I just glazed over here to show my tree shape. You can see the relief shows how many imperfections I have to constantly cover over as I'm painting, which is the challenging part. You know what I mean? That would be the one thing that I would like, I'd say that's the most challenging part of this project, is working on an untreated surface that has not only the brick marks and, you know, there's so many deviations in the surface itself just from the coarse, you know, coarseness of the stone or the brick. It's just, man, this is really textured. So I got to try to make it look smooth as I'm painting over it, and that's tricky. You got to keep going in and filling in those little holes. You can't just make a beautiful stroke one time. I got to go beauty, and then I got to try to nitpick. You know what I mean? So it's a little different than painting at home on canvas, you know, or painting. Like in the case of a wall, I'm sure there's cases where they actually stucco over it, you know, and then sand down the stucco and then paint on that. You know, I've seen that used as a method, especially when you're doing over brick. But in this case, we're just painting right onto the painted brick wall. So just got to deal with it. You know, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Oh, it's coming along. You know, today I'm filling in a lot of stuff. I'm gonna try to finish these flowers off, throw in some grass, and then maybe penciling some more figures here, you know, as I start to go. I'm down to the wire now. Got almost all my elements in. I'm gonna leave my tiny figures I'm gonna create in a little while. That's gonna almost be the finishing touch when I put them there. They're gonna be the ones flying the kite. And right now I'm about to lay in the little shadow behind my figures that are coming forward, so to give them that little depth and that feeling like they're entering our world from their world. So yeah, looking at it. At the end of it now, I can actually see it happening. I'm liking it. I'm liking what I see. Just the finishing touches now, and just enjoying the last of this project and enjoying the last of this day, which is quickly losing light. So let me get back to work here. We're getting this little story going on right here.
Yeah.
Father and son hanging out here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Woohoo! Ah!
Mr. Sears, tell us. Look, I don't have a microphone,
Well,
so
all I can say
thank
is
you.
it's been a journey.
Yes.
I've enjoyed every second of it. It's been a beautiful experience with a whole neighborhood. Everybody's been so supportive and helpful. And the weather's been kind. All I can say is thank you. God bless America.
Why procrastinate with your faith? Why wait? Why hesitate? Why procrastinate with your faith? Why put off for tomorrow what you can do today? Turn your back on sorrow, you can do it a better way. Heaven gave you the gift of love, sent from up above, meant for you. So spread peace, joy, and love before this day is through.